welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving into something that's just deeply human and honestly culturally fascinating. We're looking at how communities in Slovakia, especially out in the rural areas, handle grief and really show up to support one another. It's a topic all about these deep-rooted traditions, quiet moments, and the profound impact of a thoughtful gesture, even when it's made from hundreds of miles away. Because let's face it, when someone we care about is grieving across the world, we usually just feel helpless. But understanding local traditions, that's the key to bridging that gap in a really meaningful way. So let's just dive right into this.
Well, think about how we handle grief in a big, bustling city. Life just kind of keeps going at this incredibly swift pace, right? People have to go straight back to work, the noise literally never stops, and there's often this unspoken pressure to just get back to normal as fast as possible. But in rural Slovakia, the pace of mourning is completely different. Everything just slows down. Homes get quieter, the entire focus shifts away from the daily grind and moves straight to the community and spending shared time together. It's exactly this deliberate, slowed down pace that makes a physical gift so incredibly meaningful in these smaller towns. You aren't just sending a box of food, you're actually contributing to an extended moment of reflection.
Which brings us to something really special, the kitchen table tradition. In rural Slovakian towns, mourning is all about physical presence. Neighbors and family members absolutely do not just shoot off a quick text message and call it a day. No way. They visit, they show up at the home, they bring food, and they sit for hours around the kitchen table. They share these quiet talks over cups of tea, they repeat old stories of the person they lost, and sometimes they just sit together in complete silence. That kitchen table literally becomes the beating heart of comfort for the family.
So, here's the big question. How on earth can we help if we can't physically pull up a chair to that kitchen table? Why do food gifts specifically matter so much right now? It's a really great thing to think about. When we want to show sympathy, our first instinct is usually to reach for flowers or maybe a decorative keepsake. But in a culture where support is entirely structured around these long, open-ended visits and a constantly active kitchen table, food serves a highly practical, absolute must-have purpose.
I think we kind of forget how incredibly heavy normal daily tasks get when a family is grieving. Cooking feels just utterly exhausting. Dragging yourself to the grocery store becomes this massive source of stress. Even just the mental gymnastics of deciding what to eat can feel like climbing Mount Everest. By sending a basket filled with tea, biscuits, chocolates, and snacks, you are quietly taking away those pressures. You're giving them easy, ready-to-go comforts that they can share with all those visitors stopping by, without the host having to lift a single finger.
All right, let's look at Section 1, Ideal Sympathy Baskets for Slovakia and Tailoring Gifts to Your Recipients. If you're reaching out to a really close friend, you want something intimate, right? The Still in Our Memories basket is this wonderfully warm, highly personal option. It's packed with comforting snacks, sweet cookies, and a nice bottle of red wine. It's designed to feel simple, yet deeply personal. Honestly, it's like sending a warm hug from a distance. It's the absolute perfect accompaniment for those quiet evening conversations where memories are shared, celebrated, and maybe even toasted among really tight-knit friends. Now, if we're talking about extended family members, the dynamic shifts just a bit. The In Loving Memory collection focuses heavily on a more refined selection of cookies, paired with premium coffee and tea. Remember that kitchen table tradition we were just talking about? This basket is literally fuel for that tradition. It provides those exact comforting staples they need for those long, peaceful moments sitting with relatives. It offers a really calm, grounding presence when the family needs it the most. But hey, what if it's a corporate client or a business colleague? You still absolutely want to show your support, but the tone needs to stay professional. The A Moment of Peace hamper nails this. Instead of leaning into sweets or wines, this basket is filled with thoughtfully selected savory treats. It gently conveys your care, but it does so with total elegance and respect. It's just a really classy way to let a colleague know you have their back without crossing any weird professional boundaries. And finally, for elderly recipients. In Slovakia, classic, non-alcoholic gifts are generally the most popular and appropriate way to go here. The Ya Habibi platter is a flawless example of this. It features only the absolute freshest, highest quality nuts and dried fruits. It's a very traditional, highly respectful offering. Plus, it's easy to snack on, it stores beautifully, and it really shows a deep reverence for the older generation. Okay, so you've got the basket sorted, but then the card. This is the part literally everyone overthinks. You're staring at the blank card, panicking a bit, wondering, what in the world do I write in a sympathy message? And it's completely natural to feel anxious about it. We all want to find those magic words that will just instantly make our loved ones feel better. But here's the secret. Sympathy messages don't need to sound like a poet wrote them. In fact, they really shouldn't. Honestly, simple words almost always feel the most sincere. A message like, thinking of you during this difficult time, or even just sending support to your family, offers immediate clarity and warmth. You aren't trying to explain away the loss, and you definitely aren't offering empty platitudes. You're just simply stating that you care. You could also just go with heartfelt sympathy, or keeping you in our thoughts. You really, truly do not need perfect words to show your support. The recipient isn't sitting there grading your grammar or judging your vocabulary, I promise. They are just deeply, deeply appreciative that you took the time and effort to reach out across the miles. If you take one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this core philosophy. The goal of a sympathy gift is not to remove the pain. You can't fix grief. There is no magic fix. The goal is simply to remind someone they are not alone. Once you internalize that and just take that immense pressure off yourself to somehow fix things, your gesture becomes so much more authentic and grounding for the family. Okay, section 2, seamless support with Walwater gifts and why European sourcing matters. Let's talk logistics for a second, because they matter a lot here. If you try to ship a food basket overseas from, say, the US or the UK, you are running a huge risk. We're talking customs delays, surprise fees, and products straight up spoiling in transit. But by using a producer that sources within Europe, like Walwater Gifts, you're guaranteeing smoother delivery, zero customs holdups, and premium local products. During a mourning period, you literally cannot afford a 2-week shipping delay. It just doesn't work. So why do so many families trust Walwater Gifts with something this delicate? It really comes down to comprehensive care. They offer elegant presentation and premium quality, so the gift reflects your respect. They guarantee reliable delivery, which, as we just said, is make or break. And they put a massive focus on thoughtful packaging and respectful preparation. They know they aren't just boxing up snacks, right? They're preparing a vessel of comfort for someone on one of their darkest days. Every single order is treated as deeply personal. And the best part is, they literally deliver anywhere in the country. Whether the family you're supporting is right in the middle of the fast-paced capital of Bratislava, or in major cities like Košice, Žilina, Nitra, or Banska Bystrica, or, most importantly, way out in those smaller countryside villages where these deep kitchen table traditions are really happening, Walwater Gifts make sure your package arrives safely, beautifully, and professionally. Because at the end of the day, quiet kindness is still incredibly powerful. In those rural Slovak homes, as the tea is poured and the stories are shared long into the night, your carefully chosen basket just naturally becomes a part of that moment. It's a quiet, heartfelt presence. It proves that even if there's an ocean between you, your support is real, and it leaves an emotional impact long after the snacks have been shared. So, if you're looking to send a meaningful gesture, you can browse Walwater's carefully prepared sympathy and condolence collection today. Just remember, you do not need perfect words. Sometimes a thoughtful delivery says everything that needs to be said. You can confidently order sympathy hampers to Slovakia with Walwater Gifts, knowing they handle every single basket with the utmost professionalism, care, and respect. I want to leave you with a question to chew on. The next time someone you care about experiences loss, how will you help carry the burden of their daily routine? Are you just going to send a text? Or will you find a practical, comforting way to show up at their kitchen table, even from afar? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Until next time, keep learning, keep connecting, and never forget the power of a simple, thoughtful gesture.